Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Let's celebrate diversity and inclusion, okay? What am I talking about? I'm talking about the alternative institutions that are created on this planet, which is monopoly is never good. You always like options, right? Yes. When you want to go some shoes, you go in a shoe store and you don't want to see only one pair and that's it. You want to see competition, correct? Correct. Obviously, I'm making it this way, but the Russians are going that way, which I've been saying for some time already. The Russians will create their own institutions, global institutions, together with the other countries that are sick and tired of being kicked in the teeth by the Americans and their vassal states. So what happened now? Russia, Turkey, and Qatar prepare new trilateral grain deal. That means they will bypass all the other guys and they will create a corridor to provide grain to the world if the Ukrainians don't want. Obviously, the Ukrainians want, but they want it on their own terms, and they're not in a position to dictate. That's a big problem. But hey, they play their card hard, though, because they know they have the sponsor, United States, that will open doors for them and will make everybody bend over when Zelensky and his three leader other pigs are walking in the room. Shmihal, Reznikov, and Yermak. So, what's going on? Look here. Ukrainska Pravda reports very upset about Russia, Turkey, and Qatar preparing new trilateral grain deal. Bild reports, Deutsche Bild, Friday, 18th of August 2023. Russia has warned Turkey about its exit from the grain initiative in advance. And now Russia, Turkey, and Qatar are working on a new trilateral agreement which is supposed to replace the previous one. But I see one exclusion, and that is Ukrainska. Unfortunately. Source, Bild, with reference to official correspondence between the Ministries of Foreign Affairs and embassies of Russia and Turkey from the 21st of July to 8th of August. And I'm quoting, there is a suggestion to export Russian grain to poor countries, mainly in Africa. Turkey will act as an organizer. I'm the community organizer like Obama. He was good at it. All right. And Qatar is going to act as a sponsor of supplies. Money. Hakan Fidan, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Turkey, asked Russia to resume the previous grain deal so that the grain is imported from Ukraine as well. Ankara also suggests acting under the aegis of the UN, the letter reads. All right. Bild reported that a new deal may be signed as early as this weekend. In Budapest, Hungary, Rustam Minihanov, president of Tatarstan, is headed there with this goal. Recep Tayyip Erdogan, president of Turkey, will also arrive at the meeting. Is going to land like an eagle, like a vulture. Erdogan is like a vulture. That's how I say it, with a little mustache, a mustached vulture. Right, after a few wine glasses, I'm good to go. Bill reports that the new deal may be signed as early as this weekend in Budapest. Excellent background. Putin claimed that Russia will, quote unquote, consider the possibility of resuming the grain deal only in case its conditions are fulfilled completely. They don't want to be fooled another year. They were for 1 year. They say, no, that's it. But they're idiots. I gotta tell you that. You let yourself be for a year, and after a year you said, I had enough. You should have said it in the first week. But hey, the Russians, this is another idiocracy coming from the Russians. They still consider the Western countries, some of them, the ones that really want to hang them, they still consider them partners. Feels like vomiting. I feel like smacking them and wake them up. Russia has been promoting the plan of grain supplies to Africa and excluding Ukraine from the global market after the Kremlin left the grain deal. They didn't exclude it. They said, you know what? You guys are on your own. We will not provide any security guarantees to your ships or the ships that pick up and deliver the grain. That's all. Then we, the Russians, I'm telling you what they say. They said we're going to stop vessels because we think that maybe military equipment will be delivered to Ukraine, and we will stop it. And who's going to try to stop us? We're going to sink it. That's from me. But I put it in plain language instead of using all kind of euphemisms and blah blah blah. Basically, that's what it is. It's not a blockade. They say, you know what? We don't guarantee your safety. So if a vessel doesn't stop when we want it to stop because we say so, then we're going to use helicopters and whatever is necessary to stop it. And if they don't want them, we're going to take over, like they did with that tanker, whatever it was, picking up grain in Ukraine under the Palau flag. With that, supposedly the ship was owned by the Turks with a Turkish crew. Nevertheless, the Ukrainians, the Russians, Japanese, Jesus Christ. The Russians landed and say, pop, stop the engine, the motor. Anyway, that's the way it is. So it seems like the Russians say, you know what? I don't understand this, man. And I said this many times. How many times you need to be kicked in the balls to realize that the person kicking you in the balls really means it? It's not like trying to fondle you or anything. It's kicking you in the balls, trying to hurt you. How many times do you need to be kicked? Maybe the first time, you block, and then you, right? That's what I know. How many times? Oh, maybe it's just a mistake. Oh, another mistake. Oh, another mistake. Oh, another mistake. No. So the Russians still call them partners. I have a very interesting article after this that I will discuss, where Foreign Minister of Russian Federation, Sergei Lavrov, finally, but it's one thing between what you say and what you do, comes and says that he has no illusions with the West, and the West is this and this. Okay, all right, the theory is good. What about the practice? Oh, they're not our partners. They haven't been, ever. But anyway, now they figured it out. Now, only now, after a year and a half into the war with them, slow, or what's going on? That's how they sound like, slow as. Anyway, maybe they wake up. They need a little bit of like a baby, hit him on the butt at birth. Wake him up. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.